What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. Now, with this video, we are jumping into Wolverine issue number 17. If you have been keeping up with this line, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you caught up on everything that has been happening in the Wolverine line. Now, we have talked over the last couple of issues about the mutants, about X-Men being a house of cards, how it is eventually going to fall down, how everything is going to come crumbling down, how there are spies inside of everything, like we saw in Sword, where WizKid is rumored to be the mole. Not even rumored, it's confirmed. WizKid is the mole that is working for Orcus. And with Wolverine, we are just diving deeper into the conspiracy of moles and individuals that are not being true to mutant kind, to Krakoa and Arakko. And so with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so with this issue, we are picking up at Baltimore. And in the wonderful city of Baltimore, we have Jeff Bannister. And he is writing a letter to Wolverine. He is writing a letter to Logan. And that is because he witnessed something one day. And that is Dolores Ramirez, head of the X desk. And this gave him a weird feeling. Being in this weird location, being in this horrible diner with horrible food, her coming from a more silver spoon lifestyle, the suburbs, the rich, the powerful, there is absolutely no reason that she would ever really be here. Ever since she tried to take down Logan in Madripoor, Wolverine had asked Jeff to keep his eyes open. And so this letter is to inform him of what has been going on. And that's what takes us to 1 week later, with Jeff and his young daughter going into the diner, doing a little bit of snooping, offering the busboy 20 bucks, finding out that she in fact comes here all the time, at a specific time, sits in the same desk every single time. She takes 2 sips of her coffee and then she leaves. Now Jeff plays it off like he's a health inspector, looking at everything, looking under the table, and under the table, this is where he ends up spotting some kind of organic technology, assuming that this has to be from Krakoa. And so things are much deeper than he anticipated. Now this is where we pick up at the Green Lagoon. And right now is Krakoan karaoke night. And so all of our mutants, they're having a good time. Everyone is coming, they're celebrating, they're partying, they're singing, they're drinking. This is just a great time. It is a great time to be a mutant. And while everyone is enjoying their festivities, we pick up with Wolverine and Domino. And right now they are discussing what happened a few days ago, because things got real. 100 gallons of defoliant were stolen from a major chemical manufacturer. The same chemical manufacturer that funded by the drug company that has been firing off lawsuits and lobbying against Xavier Pharmaceuticals since day one. And so Domino, being Domino, makes a lucky guess and guesses that they're filing an insurance claim for their own ripoff, and now they're using that for some kind of assault. She thinks it's an aerial assault. Wolverine fills her in and lets her know it won't be an air assault, but in fact it will be an assault by sea. And right now, they have eyes on the cargo vessel. It's 300 clicks out up current. And so that means they are going to unleash a toxic tide, poison Krakoa, and kill off any of the unguessable amount of sea life. And this is all in an attempt to ensure that Xavier Pharmaceuticals no longer exists, take away their supply, and they have no demand. And so Wolverine, he is ready to get righteous for Krakoa. And Domino is on board with this, with them getting ready to go just wreak some havoc. This is where they see an individual hop up on stage, and saying righteous, I guess, could be a great way to segue in, because we have Maverick sitting up here singing "You've Lost That Loving Feeling" by the Righteous Brothers. Now with him getting off stage, Wolverine's a little surprised to see him here, but Maverick lets us know that he stops in every now and then. He comes in, he has a few beers, he talks to some people, and then he heads his way out. But since he's here, Wolverine offers him to go on this mission with them. Being a little bit short-handed, they could use the extra help. Now, this is where we pick back up with Jeff, and he is showing us the CIA satellite offices that are all over the world. Maybe not all of them, he's showing us one in particular. Sometimes they're known and sometimes they're not. The one that we are seeing right now is a secret one. Now, after his daughter had gone through cancer, after she was in remission, he decided to get out of the narcotics world, and he requested this desk job. Because his daughter, she needed stability. She needed someone that was going to be home every single night. And so he made this sacrifice for his daughter. And as he walks into this facility, the lady Frances at the front desk wielding a gun, believing that he might be somebody else, an imposter or something of that nature, but informs her that it's just boring old him, that it's nobody special. Their unit is called Codex, and what they are is monitors. They listen to podcasts, they watch videos, they read newspapers, they scour social media, wiki dumps, message boards, chat rooms, anything and everything. They are hunting down the dirty threats, the secrets, the coded messages, the information bombs. He has every kind of decryption program at his disposal. So with the little device that he found at the diner, he plugs this thing in and realizes that it's organic tech. So that means it's either Krakoan or Terra Verdant. And what it turns out to be is an audio file, some sort of surveillance. Now he can't work out what exactly he's listening to at first. Voices babbling over one another, music in the background, but with him filtering out the background noise and isolating some of the frequencies, he realizes he's listening to conversations. More than 100 to be exact. And these are all different conversations, different tracks, each clean, discernible file, with having a huge range and enormous sensitivity. And while he is listening, he catches a familiar voice, one that sounds like barbed wire, whiskey, and the ghosts of 1,000 cigars. And of course, we know that voice to be Wolverine. And what he hears is him talking to Maverick, talking about, I have a tactical job that I need your help with, and that submarine of yours. Now, this is when Jeff gets interrupted by one of his coworkers coming in and saying that it's his turn to go and get lunch for everybody. So everybody handing him the money, Jeff grabs all of this, stops the work he's doing, and he heads out. But it seems like somebody is listening in. Somebody has been listening to everything that our good old boy Wolverine has been saying. At least recently. Now, the bug could be Maverick. He could be the inside man. It could very well be Domino because she was sitting right there. At this point, we just don't know who would be responsible for this. For all we know, it very well could be WizKid. But this is where we pick back up with Domino, Wolverine, and Maverick. Hopping into the submarine, they make their way over to this cargo vessel. Getting up underneath it, they are going to make their surprise attack the amphibious way. And boarding this ship, getting up here, they waste no time. Wolverine wastes absolutely no time. He cuts one guy's arm completely off. And he tells Domino that she needs to defuse the bombs, having Maverick try to stop that crane before it drops any of this poison garbage into the ocean. Because that's the one thing they can't have happen. If one barrel of this stuff is able to get loose, it could have some serious damage to the ecosystem, to the marine life, and to Krakoa itself. And so our team wastes no time. They go in hot, they go in heavy, and they just lay waste. Absolutely nothing being able to stop them. And we're really seeing Maverick, Domino, they're both going all out. With Domino pulling her guns into her holster, she pulls them back out, busts 3 guys in the head. Maverick's over here with a rocket launcher, and he's just blowing people up. Now at this point, Maverick, he's trying to say that as a form of his payment, he would really like to take this cargo vessel and just have it as his own. Now, of course, Domino, she's not on board for that, saying that there is absolutely no chance of that happening, telling him that he should just be grateful that he is here helping out mutant kind, telling him not to forget where his loyalties lie, that he is a mutant, telling him that he needs not be shady, to keep things very mutual and civil between everybody, because as it stands, they are giving Maverick the opportunity, but Domino will waste no time trying to put him down if she has to. Now that's where we pick up back with Jeff, and now he has had to hide away inside of a hotel room. And that is because when he came back from lunch, he found that all of his coworkers had been murdered. Someone came in here and killed everybody. You know, there were days that Jeff wished these individuals knew how to use a gun, knew what it was like to have blood on your hands, knew what it was like to be out in the field. And now today he is wishing that he never wished that, thinking that he could have manifested this happening. Now we know this obviously isn't the case. This has everything to do with that technology that he found, that surveillance that he had picked up. And so realizing that this area is not safe, that someone is probably going to be gunning for him, he wrote this letter. He wrote it in hopes that it will reach Wolverine as he hides out in a hotel room with his daughter. He is not sure who to blame at this point. Maybe it's the X-Desk, maybe the mutants, maybe both. But now he is officially on the run, saying that he has a mole on the inside, then he needs to hurry up because they both could use a friend that they trust right now. And Wolverine, he found this bottle because he went to Jeff's house. Once a week, they sit down, they have a beer. Because what Wolverine did is he planted a gate in his backyard so they could catch up, they could really find out what's going on, get any kind of intel, but also just enjoy each other's company, having a friend. But when Wolverine shows up there, he finds the place has been ransacked. A man who keeps his yard immaculate had a beer bottle sitting next to the gate. Opening up this beer bottle, cracking it on his head, he finds the letter that was left behind by Jeff. And so now Wolverine is going to be on the hunt for Jeff and on the hunt for our mole. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This was a great issue, is really introducing us to a whole new aspect that we really haven't been exploring. And that's the idea of espionage, of treason, of traitors, of people that are not here for the overall goal of mutant kind, but are here for their own benefits. You know, while we have seen great individuals truly become not necessarily heroes, but no longer villains, we are also seeing villains still remain that very same thing. Now at this point, it is huge speculation on where this mole is coming from. Not sure who it is, who is responsible. We already know that Orchis has one mole inside the X-Men, and that is WizKid, who is on Sword Station with Abigail Brand. And so the question rises, who is our mole? How did they find them? Why did they murder an entire office of CIA monitors? And will Logan be able to catch up with them in time before it is too late? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.